beautiful. No one ugly allowed. Are you ready? Here we go. Fashion is the art. Designers are the gods. Models play the part of angels in the dark. Which one of you would ever dare to go against that beauty is a trade and everyone is paid? Fashionista. How do you look? Fashionista. How do you look? New York, London, Paris, Milan, Tokyo.
All the elements, a symbol of excellence. Shining, she is so flawless, incredible illusionist. Miss Gay America. Miss Gay America. The best of the best. She is beauty, she is grace. Perfect in every way. This gay America. She's got it all. A symbol of excellence. She's got it all. She's got it all. All the elements, a symbol of excellence. Shining, she is so flawless, incredible illusionist. Miss Gay America. Miss Gay America. The best of the best. She is beauty, she is grace. Perfect in every way. This gay America. She's got it all. A symbol of excellence. She's got it all. She's got it all. All the elements, a symbol of excellence. Shining, she is so flawless, incredible illusionist. Miss Gay America. Miss Gay America. The best of the best. She is beauty, she is grace. Perfect in every way. This gay America. She's got it all. A symbol of excellence. She's got it all. She's got it all. All the elements, a symbol of excellence. Shining, she is so flawless, incredible illusionist. Miss Gay America. Miss Gay America. The best of the best. She is beauty, she is grace. Perfect in every way. This gay America.
Hello, everyone. How are we doing out there on Facebook Live? My name is Miss Morgan, your reigning Miss Gay Pennsylvania America 2023. I'm so excited to be here tonight, and thank you for tuning in. If you are tuning in on Facebook right now, please hit that share button. The more people we bring in, the more people can love MGA just as much as I do. But I'm so excited tonight. This is something new that we're trying out, more so for the MGA system as a whole, but also for the Pennsylvania system as well. We are going to get down to excellence and tell you all about what the nitty gritty is if you are looking to compete for the Miss Gay Pennsylvania America pageant system, as well as go for that crown for the MGA title. I'm excited this evening. We are going to talk about all the what to do's and how to get started. I have someone fabulous here tonight to go through some of the details with you. But first, I want to go through some of the updates that are going on in the Pennsylvania pageant system. Right now, we are working on getting our website fully loaded with everything that you need. You can check out our website at MissGayPennsylvaniaAmerica.com. Make sure you check that out, especially if you're looking to compete, because there's a lot of great information on there. On the contact page, it shows a list of how to get started and the contact information on who you can connect with, because it's all about clear direction to get yourself set up for the system. Also, for those who are supporters or formers or fans or people that are looking to compete, you can check out the merch tab too. We have t-shirts for sale. We're going to go more in depth with the as we do more episodes of the Let's Get Down to Excellence, but we're going to add more merch on the website too, so definitely check that out. And last but certainly not least, as we're going through the pageant season, a lot of times during the pageant season, when you're having the night of the event, there is a presentation category and a fabulous theme that everyone showcases during the night. So what we're doing in Pennsylvania is some of the promoters has sparked interest in certain themes, and so they're going to go ahead and run through with their pageant themes as well as showcase costumes, and the contestants will be looking the part for the theme, and some promoters have decided to hold that for their prelim. So when you're looking to compete for Miss Gay Pennsylvania, you definitely check out the promoters and talk to them and connect with them, because they'll be able to tell you what the theme is and if you need to get yourself ready for the presentation category. But that's also a category that we're going to talk about in the next episode that we have, so make sure you check that out too. Once again, my name is Miss Morgan. I'm your reigning Miss Gay Pennsylvania America 2023. And if you haven't hit that share button, please hit that share button, because we want to bring everyone in on the fun tonight, because you know what? MGA is excellence. But speaking of excellence, I'm so excited to bring to the stage, but it's really because I haven't done this in a long time since the pandemic, the whole live streaming, but bringing to the forefront of this fabulous event tonight, we have a former MGA, and I love her so much. She's fabulous. She's so nice, and she knows the system in and out. So make sure you have your ears open and get ready to take notes down with this one. Without further ado, and I know you can't applause, but please do it anyway, because I'll hear it all the way from here. Put your hands together for a former MGA 2023, Tatiana Vaucher.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, Morgan.
Hello, Angel, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm getting used to the whole live stream again, because we haven't done it since the pandemic.
I was just getting ready to say, it's like we're back in the pandemic.
Right, I know. Please, let's not.
Yeah, no.
You know.
Yeah.
My nursing gig is already as busy as it is. So it looks like you're on the road to somewhere fabulous, I'm sure, because the life of an MGA former is probably exciting and never a dull moment. So.
I'm just driving around the block with a headdress in the back, as you do.
No big deal.
I'm headed to Raleigh for a weekend of drag.
I love that. That's great. That's fabulous. And I'm sure you're going to stun them as you always do. But I thank you so much for taking the time out to come live with me today, because I think it's important as we try to continue to grow the MGA pageant system and to really just showcase what a special system this really is. It's important to hear from people who know their stuff, and I know you know your stuff. I learned a lot from you throughout the past year and a half. So, as I wouldn't want anyone else to kickstart this fun live stuff we're doing tonight. So, thank you.
Well, I love that. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, I appreciate it. So we're going to go through some of the, what to do's at the beginning and how to get started. I did give you a couple little needs to know as we're going to go through some bullet points of tonight's conversation. But I guess, do you want to start off by maybe talking about what you do to prepare to get for like meaning like when you're looking for a prelim, what do you do?
Sure. You know, there's a lot of things. I think the most important thing is city prelims are so important. It's where I got my start. It's really where like the birth of wanting to be Miss Gay America started from. You can do a lot in your city prelims, just as you do with the state or national or even a regional title holder. It's really important. It gives you a lot of the backbone to learn the job of Miss Gay America, to do, then of course going on to states. When it comes to choosing what prelim is right for you, you have to ask yourself, number one, what do you hope to get out of being this particular title? What do you hope to get out of working with this particular promoter? There are a lot of really great promoters, but they all offer different things to be able to help you on the road to success. The one thing that I stressed a lot throughout my reign as Miss America to people when it came to promoters is that promoters are not there to be a bank or an ATM. They're not there to give you money. You have to have some sort of drive to be able to do this on your own. They're one of the most selfless bunch of people because they give their time, talent, money for us to achieve our dream. It's not their dream. So I think that's really important to say. But you have to ask yourself the questions of, if I run for this prelim, what do I expect to get out of being this title? And you always have to keep in the back of your head that a city prelim, or any prelim for that matter, leading up to nationals, of course the goal is to go in and win, but the first alternate also, you're still on the stepping stone to the path that you want to succeed in your ultimate goal. And it's always a hard blow for people, but the first runner up is just as important. That only gives you an opportunity if by chance you don't win your state title or your national title, you can go back the following year and run for that pageant again. So that also gives you 2 years of working with that promoter that you chose, that has the best information or knowledge to give you, or the best support system to support you on your path to excellence.
That's fabulous. So I know for Pennsylvania, we have 7 prelims happening right now. So
Which is
whoever
amazing.
watched, which is wild. And 7's my lucky number. So um aces. But so well, there's 7 prelims. So how someone who wants to compete for Miss Gay Pennsylvania America to go on to MGA, when I say MGA, it's Miss Gay America. They can check out the website, and it's very clear direction of our different prelims and who are the promoters are, so they can contact them directly. So it's very spelled out for the contestants or future contestants. But I also know for all the other systems, there's a couple different types of states that have like open states and are closed states and stuff. Can you talk about that real quickly for me?
Sure. So closed state, you have to live within the state. An open state, the state has to be touching the state that the pageant is in. And then, of course, you have your open regionals where it doesn't matter where you live in the country. You can go as long as you're a resident of the United States. When it comes to selecting, again, which avenue you want to go to, I think the state titles are so important. And I want to stress that to everyone that's watching, because there are not many states left that have city preliminaries. And the thing and the beauty of a state title holder is you're doing the job of Miss Gay America, just on a smaller scale. Everything that I have learned or was taught, all was on the basis of being Miss Maryland. And I met a lot of people through that networking me to really set up my path to become Miss Gay America. So I can't stress that enough. The city, I cherish the city prelims so much, because that victory and that win is almost as important to me as it was when I won Miss Gay America, when I won that first city title, being a new girl. That was my first crown I had ever had on my head. So there are lots of special things that come with those city prelims, but you learn so much about the job and the responsibilities.
I agree. So kind of foreshadowing that a future contestant is like, I'm in it. Tatiana sold me on it. I love the excellence. I love MGA, right? So they come and check out Miss Gay Pennsylvania America website. They click on their promoter. They love it. So then what's next, right? It's the process of signing up, because there's a whole sign up situation and there's a
Sure.
whole checklist that you have to do. For me personally, I'm all about the checklist. I'm all about like, what's my need to knows? Let me check it all off so that I'm ready to move on to the next steps of the phases of becoming the future Miss Gay Pennsylvania. So the process of signing up, it's obviously we know who to contact, which will be the promoter for that city prelim. And then by deciding on whatever city prelim, that's kind of like subjective on what feels right for the contestant. There are fees. There's an application and a handbook that they will receive on signing up. I know for Pennsylvania, it's, I think, a $75 application fee to sign on. And then the promoters will send you three main things, which would be the welcome letter that talks about the actual city prelim and all that needs to know for the city prelim specifically, the handbook, which is a detailed, crisp, detailed, organized, and I'm sure we can attest on how much information is in there. But it's very important to know those things, because when you're looking for that the brass ring and wherever you want to be on that tier, you need to know your stuff. And so that's in there as well. And then there's the application. Some cities and states will have a paper application. For Pennsylvania, it's a Google Doc. And the Google Doc is easily filled out, but you don't have to fill it out until the day of the prelim, which is nice because it gives a little bit more, less stress. You can think about the answers to the questions and stuff like that. So that was like my little tidbit. Sorry, I had to splash that in there. So the application steps. How about why don't we? Because I know you know the nitty grits of the applications. You know how there's specific questions for the contestants to answer, like what's your favorite meow? Like what's your favorite, or what's your most embarrassing moment? Can you give some advice for a new contestant coming in raw? What, because like we've done this, we've answered these questions, but for someone who doesn't know, what's your suggestion on how to answer the questions?
So it's funny. I remember being that very bright-eyed, bushy-tailed new girl on the block, filling out this application. I used to go back and forth with all of these answers and go, "Oh, is that right? Is that what I should say?" It's not about being right. This is an opportunity. If you want to be funny, you be funny. My biggest advice to you is don't think too much about any of the questions on the application. You're not being judged on them. Number one, put your time and your efforts into your actual package. Just fill out the application with the first thing that comes to your head. I mean, your most embarrassing moment, boom. Your favorite type or genre of movie that you like, boom. Don't put so much weight and effort into it. Just answer it and be authentically you, because that's ultimately what we are looking for. We want you to be you. We're not looking for someone that read a piece of paper that said, well, this is what they want me to be. No, we're looking for the individual that is authentically them. And the one other thing I want to touch on that you said about the handbook, there are a lot of people, it baffles me on a yearly basis. People question and all that. I don't understand why you look for a job not read the handbook. It's simple. Yes, it is a very daunting book. However, that book gives you every piece of information that you know on how to succeed, and it's there for you. So just read it. Just take a little bit every night and read it and get through it. It really does give you the steps to success outside of the people that are there to help you and be your support system. Just read the handbook.
I agree. And sometimes, like for me personally, when I first started being a part of the MGA system, which I had no idea what I was getting myself into, but I'm so thankful I did, because my eyes are open to such a fabulous and amazing system. But the handbook can seem a little overwhelming, because it's like,
Oh
a
yeah,
nice little chunk is, but you are correct. You take a couple pages, or a couple paragraphs at a time, and because you have X amount of time to get ready for your prelim.
yep,
So take a little bit of time and just peruse. Or if you're getting ready for a category, you're trying to brainstorm for a category, just go to the category and
absolutely.
see what the requirements are.
Yep.
But yeah, I agree. Definitely check out the handbook. It is a tool, because you know what, you're wondering why you're getting points off in a certain category. That is why. So okay, so you know what's amazing? These new contestants have already signed up on the webpage. They've already talked to the promoters. They filled out the application. They sent in their fees. Thank you for the cash. We appreciate it for the next crown. But now what's next? Like, what are they going to do? Right. Like, so we have to, I want to try and give a foreshadow of what new contestants or contestants returning that may not have realized last time. What are some little details that we can set them up for success getting into the system this year for 2024? So the first bullet point that I have, which is bold and highlighted, was read the handbook. So we don't need to reiterate that anymore, but we will continue to talk about it as we move forward. But I always like to point out, know the categories. So do you mind just, quickly, because we're going to go through the categories as the next episodes go on. We're going to go into depth. So can you just go through, I think it's the four or five?
Yeah, so here's the thing with the categories, and this also ties us back to the handbook. Everything in every category of what you're being judged on is in that handbook. We also are the only system that gives you a worksheet of what you're being scored on. So the first thing is to print that worksheet out. It's available on the website. They can reach out to you as the state title holder to get it sent to them. Print that out, and as you start preparing your package, you want to look at every single subcategory and say, how can I get the most amount of points? And then when you have your package together, you film yourself, and then you score yourself objectively. And if you score yourself out of a 25 maximum point subcategory, if you're scoring yourself honestly at an 18, 19, 21, look at yourself and say, how can I get from 21 to 25? It is a numbers game. That's what pageantry is, especially when it comes to the America system. Don't give away free points. So utilize those tools that are given. I know you're going to go through every category as this series goes on, but as an overall basis, that's it. The other thing that I really want to say when it comes to all of those categories is, again, like we said earlier, be authentically you. Everything that you do, you want to make sure that it has components of you. You're not trying to be someone else. If you come out in a gown that you're uncomfortable in, that's going to read. If you come into interview in a suit or an attire that you're not comfortable in that doesn't represent you, you're going to be uncomfortable. So all of these categories should reflect on who you are as a person, as an entertainer, as a female impersonator. That's when you get to the level where you're going straight through, because you're secure in your own skin, you know what you have to offer, and you are presenting the best possible version of you.
Love it. So just to kind of foreshadow the episodes that are coming through, the categories that we're going to be talking about are the categories that the contestants will be competing in. So they have a personal interview, which I love that it's personal interview, and this is your time to shine and showing yourself. And you were saying suits and things like that, and we'll get into that. But it's kind of just basically wear something that's going to make you comfortable and feel yourself, because this is your time to shine and showcase yourself and authentically yourself. And that's my favorite word as well, aside from excellence. But here we are. And then the next one would be the presentation, which we talked about for Pennsylvania. Some prelims are going to be doing presentations, some are not. It's just to get with the promoter and discuss that with them. Then when you have your talent, then you have your evening gown, and then you have your onstage question. So those are the key categories, components that people are going to be scored upon, and which we will touch upon in future episodes. So next coming up, I want to talk about, also real quick, because we keep on talking about the handbook, which, do we see the theme here? Know your handbook. But it's important because you're discussing about how you have your print up in your checklist, that you can print out what you're being scored on. And it's very important. It's great you know your category and what you kind of need to do. It's important to know your subcategories of it. And that's, I think, what you were saying as well, where that's your checklist of, because it's great to see that there's a point system there, but actually looking at it and what each one entails is going to help get those points that you're not going to give away. So that was that. So another little fun fact for MGA now, usually my fabulous long talent of 7 minutes is now put down to 6 minutes. But I think that's great, because you know what? It's still just enough time to showcase a talent and a diverse talent, but it's not too long, because sometimes
sometimes it can be. And the other important thing about that is don't think that you have to fill 6 minutes. Don't think if you have a talent idea in your head and it is 4.5 minutes or 5 minutes and 10 seconds, don't think you have to fill that last chunk to get to 6 minutes. You want to make sure that you showcase yourself enough to gain every point possible.
You ain't never lie.
Nope.
You never lie. So,
Never lie.
so another big one is we're getting into. You just signed up. You already paid your $75 fee. You already read your handbook. You know it from cover to covereth, right? So here's the next step: is getting yourself prepared for the pageant and purchasing things and dancers and all the gowns and all the fabulousness that's going to be put on stage. What is your advice a little bit with budgeting? Because you could go as far as spending millions of dollars, but you could also do it on a budget too. Um,
Yeah, that. So here's the thing: pageantry is super expensive, and sometimes it takes a lot of planning. I mean, listen, I took an 8-year break because I knew how I wanted to come back to Miss America, and that a lot of that was finances. So here's the deal: when you after you've registered and you're trying to really solidify a budget, what you want to do is you want to checklist, because Morgan has said it a couple times. Checklists are the key to everything for a lot of us that are very organized individuals, or some may call us type A personalities. But when you have those checklists, you're going to go through everything. So for interview, you're going to say attire, and you're going to break down all of the things that you need under that, and you have an approximate price point.
price point.
Now that could be a high point or a low point or a medium point. And then you have your 3 prices. Then you have your next category, gown, everything that goes with that: gown, hair, jewelry, shoes. You know what I'm saying? Then you put all those prices aside. Then you do the same thing for talent, costumes, hair, shoes, dancers, prop sets, whatever, same situation. And then you start to go, okay, well, there are people out there that want to see me do this, and they always offer, what do you need? You can go that route. You can get yourself booked in more shows to have more money to be able to spend towards that package. I know a lot of people that have picked up second jobs in order to afford the kind of package that they want to present. Here's the thing: it is not a competition or a pageant about who has the most money. You can have mediocre costumes and still be polished. You can have mediocre clothing for interview and it still be tailored. So again, we're going to turn back to the handbook, which we talked about a lot. In that handbook and in those subcategories, it tells you exactly what you are being judged on. So as long as you have that checklist with your money, and then you have that handbook and that checklist of what I'm being judged on, as long as everything is copaesthetically together and polished and poised and clean,
and
you can get all of
authentically
those
yourself.
points and authentically yourself.
Yeah, and
You
that's
know,
what I always find too, because sometimes your gems that are in your closet already can be polished out because it's authentically who you are as a performer,
yep.
and you're good to go. So, and I think that's one thing that can scare people away from the pageantry system, is that they think that they have to spend millions of dollars to win a crown. That's not it at all. I
It's
mean,
not.
could you get caught in that little hole of like spending a lot of money? 1,000,000%. But it's just all about what you can afford and what you want to put forward in your package is
This is
really.
the thing. And the other thing too is money can't buy you talent. Money can't buy you an eye to look through your package and say, this is polished. This is going to get me all 25 points. That doesn't cost anything.
I agree. I agree. So I think at the end of the day, the take home message for budgeting is, as the true Virgo I am, I have my checklist, period. So I know I'm covered. I know what I'm doing. What I love even more about doing a checklist and putting the estimate of the pricing is that sometimes you find you spend less. So you can spend that little money on maybe a nice vacation after the pageant system to kind of unwind and debrief yourself. But
Morgan, do you know what the best part of having a checklist is for me?
what's that?
Checking the damn box off when it's done. It
This
is
is
the
true.
best thing in the world.
It's true. This is true.
Check.
Are you a Virgo as well?
No, I'm a Capricorn, darling.
I don't even know what that means, but I just know Virgos are very crazy with their things. Um, excuse me for 1 second. That's a long endorse list. Oh, okay, got it. Thank you. So we covered budgeting. Is there anything else you want to discuss about budgeting?
I want to say this again. I know I said this earlier, but please don't look to your promoters to just hand you that money. It is so much more rewarding when you have a goal in mind on that checklist and you say, this is the amount of money that I need for the package that I want. And you work hard to get that money and do it yourself or with your team or finding the resources that you need to make this happen for you. Because when you get on stage and are presenting that, it's so much more rewarding for you to be able to say, this was something I wanted to do and I did it.
Mhm.
It
And
wasn't a handout.
yeah. Another suggestion that I would make too is there's so many formers out there for even cities and
Oh, absolutely.
that you can, and everyone, and this is what I love about MGA, and from city, state to nationals, everyone that I come across is so sweet and so willing to help out or give their advice or whatnot. So reach out to people that are part of the system, and they can give you advice on maybe how to get those shoes that you want, but maybe on a budget, or
Yeah,
maybe someone has one that you can borrow. You never know. So
absolutely. I was just getting ready to say, Morgan, you could borrow stuff out of my closet, but I'm a little shorter and more stumpy than you are. But
well,
you're welcome to
good thing I'm learning how to sew. I can just take those babies.
it.
So okay, so just to kind of tag real quick with the budgeting and whatnot, when you're going through the checklist and you're thinking, okay, well, what do I need? Or you're like, okay, I need jewelry for this, I need a gown for this, I need dancer for this. So on the PA website, we're MissGayPennsylvaniaAmerica.com website. We have a tab that's going to be the PA resource guide. It's something new that we're doing where we're going to be adding in people for the different types of things like jewelry. We have jewelers that are that people have worked with, or new ones that are wanting to come in and showcase themselves in the MGA system, as well as pageants or gowns and seamstresses and dancers and choreographers and stuff. So we're really trying to set every contestant up for success this year in PA and their city prelims. So what's great about our website, it is very easy to navigate and your tabs are right there. So I'm super excited to see all the contestants to be able to get what they need, and so no one feels like they're at a disadvantage.
Can I add something real quick on that, which I think is
Yeah,
super important for the new
absolutely.
girls? So when you are looking at people to invest your hard-earned money in, for whether it be gowns or costumes, do your research prior to that and make sure you're not giving your money to someone that's not going to return what you have for an appropriate time frame, or the expectations are there. There are a lot of resources online, groups, drag buyers beware, all that kind of stuff. Make sure, do your research before you're giving your money to someone to make sure that you are not setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah, I agree. Yep.
Which
And
is
just give
sad,
it.
but it's something I think it's important to say.
Yeah. And it's just, I guess it's just giving whomever you're purchasing from clear direction on when you need that product by. And
Yep.
what I do is
Yep.
don't tell anybody else's secret. But what I do is I actually subtract a couple weeks, so the person who's making it doesn't realize that I'm getting in advance. But just don't tell anybody that, okay?
Yeah, don't tell anybody.
Um,
Now on the flip side of that, there are a lot of great, amazing designers that are very professional that will get you your items in advance time. I just don't want anyone to get caught up in, oh, they took my money and I didn't get my garment.
Agreed. So one last thing that I kind of want to just polish off our conversation with is so new or returning contestants for Pennsylvania system or the MGA system at large. Are there any resources online, like old pageant videos or YouTube videos or things that people can check out that maybe can spark some creative juices for the new contestants to kind of not copy, but emulate some ideas and get themselves going?
Sure. I mean, we live in a time where that is such a thing. You know, you can just go into YouTube and type in Miss Gay America and a plethora of things come up. Um, that's always going to be the first go-to. There are a few of us that are a little older that may have DVDs of pageants from years past that, you know, they are also available. And some of us still even have VHS tapes that still have pageants and things on them. But there are a lot of different resources. I would say more than likely YouTube is the most easiest and readily available. We have an amazing friend of ours, Earl, that has gone through and put a lot It's one of my favorite things to do when you're stunning or doing something. Just throw one of those pageants on and just let it go.
Yes, and what I love is that there's all you can actually search for things that are the categories that you're competing for, like talent. You can watch people's
Yep.
talents, you can watch people's gowns, and you can see their walks and stuff, so you can get ideas of how you walk in the MGA system for the gown. Even more fun, they show like when you get a crown, so then you can know what that looks like. But a girl can dream. But anywho, but yeah, I agree. There's definitely so much stuff on YouTube. So you just search and get yourself out there. So as we're wrapping things up, I just want to also mention to the new contestants and contestants coming into the system, don't start or don't wait to get the crown to start emulating the symbol of excellence. It's all about starting now because people are going to be looking for the contestants and looking at the new contestants that are signing up. So it's knowing the handbook, it's knowing what the symbol of excellence is within the MGA system, because it's a culture, it's a family, it's a sisterhood, it's something that's very important to me, and I take a great pride in it, and I know everyone else does, a part of the system. So it's important as you're starting to think about entering the system, what it actually stands for, means, and start to emulate that symbol of excellence. So I'm going to turn it back around on you, Tatiana, and would you mind sharing with the viewers what your meaning of symbol of excellence is? Because I know it can be different for everyone.
And I think it is different for everyone. I think excellence is a term that people have to come up with their own definition for themselves. For me, Sally Sparkles said many years ago when she was Miss Gay America, you should always wear your invisible crown. And that always really stuck with me because a lot of people were like, well, you already act like a Miss America. Well, I do, because that's what I want to be. But with that, for me, excellence was being the most excellent version of myself, to be the most polished, poised, approachable person, whether people were meeting me in person, whether people were going to my social media accounts. It was always me trying to be the best possible version of myself. And to me, that was excellence for me.
I agree. Authentically yourself is always the name of that game, I'll tell you. So as we're wrapping things up, do you have anything else? Are you still with me? That might have been, oh, we're back.
Oh, okay. I don't know what happened.
That's okay.
Sorry.
I was like, that might have been the end of our conversation, but that's all right. Go out with a bang, right, babe? So, but yes, being authentically yourself is a true part of being the symbol of excellence, because why be something that you're not? I also, in my viewpoint of it, is just being that kind, loving person, and just accepting of all, which I'm super excited because, and I want you to touch upon this as well, the MGA system is branching out to other categories. Would you mind explaining what new things are happening with the system?
Yeah, of course. The other thing I want to say real quick is that also, in believing in something, why would you want to spend your time, your money, your heart on something you don't believe in? So in order for you to believe in that, you want them to believe in you. So give them a reason to believe in you. And that's all I'll say. So it's super awesome. Miss Gay America is launching a new division, Miss Gay Femme America. It will take place right after Miss America, Miss Gay America this year. It's super exciting that, for years, the America system has been blasted for not being supportive of our trans family, our brothers, our sisters. And, it was never that way, but this is a great way for them to be involved in our family. So that division was announced last year at Miss Gay America. I think it's amazing. The contestants have already been selected for the first year. They were doing an application basis pageant. There are amazing people. It's going to be a very exciting pageant. I can't wait. And we will have our very first Miss Gay Femme America, which is so awesome.
I know, super excited, and I'm sure that everyone will be continuing to advertise and keep everyone in the loop because it's something very exciting for the system.
Absolutely.
So let's Yeah, we've been hanging out, and I appreciate it. I'm sure you're almost at your destination, ready to show up with that headpiece and wow everyone that's ready to watch you do your thing. Is there any final thoughts that you want to share with everybody?
Follow your dreams. Really, you have some amazing people in Pennsylvania with really big hearts that love the Miss Gay America system. Utilize them, and all pageant systems go through changes. Um, Pennsylvania is in great hands this year. Morgan, you're going to have a wonderful year. I'm excited to
Yeah.
be a part of it. And the Miss America system has always been home for me. It's family, it's friends. This industry is nothing without the people that we enjoy to spend it with. So take the time to get to know the people you're around. Take the time to build relationships with the people that run Miss Gay Pennsylvania or are heavily involved, the sisters, the formers, the people that are the backbone of it. Take the time to get to know them. And I promise you, winning a crown is not the best prize in the world. The relationships that you build along the way will last you a lifetime, and that will always be my prized possession.
I agree. I agree. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We
Thank
really,
you for having me.
I know you're a busy bee and spreading the love everywhere. So I appreciate you taking the time
I'll
out
try.
for us and just giving a
Any
little bit of insight.
anything for you. And if there are any potential contestants that have questions and would like to reach out, my inbox is always open, and I will do my best to get back to you as soon as possible with any information that I can to help you.
You're the best. I appreciate you so much. I'm going to
Slap.
just wave you adieu and just safe travels. Okay.
Thank you, my love.
All right. Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
All right, everybody. That was so much fun. I love Tatiana so much. She is a wealth of knowledge. But she said it herself. Make sure you reach out to her if you have any questions, because she is a wealth of knowledge. And just to continue on our fun train, we are going to be doing another episode of the Let's Get Down to Excellence. That will be on April 25th. And that's also been going live at 8 p.m. I think that we are talking about presentation. Is that correct? Or gown? Is it? Interview?
No,
Who 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 are we interviewing that day? It's going to be fabulous. Don't even worry about it. But you know what? I'm excited because we are going to be doing a bunch of different episodes, and it's going to break down each category into the subcategories. And we have the experts upon experts to give you the information that you need to set you up for success. But just make sure you put in your calendars. It is going to be Thursday, April 25th at 8 p.m. live as well. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. This live will be on the feeds, and everyone can go back in and review anything. If there was something that you didn't catch or you wanted to reiterate for yourself, for your notes, I am so lucky to be reigning as Miss Gay Pennsylvania America 2023. It's a true honor. I hope to see all the future contestants to come and check us out in the city prelims, and I'll hope to get to see everybody at the Miss Gay Pennsylvania America Pageant 2024, which will be happening on November 16th. Another little fun fact, our first prelim is going to be in New Hope. It's the Miss Gay New Hope America 2024 pageant. It'll be happening at the New Hope Winery on April 28th. So if you're looking to compete and you have something that you want to showcase as yourself to get started in the PA system, please message me and hit my inbox, and I'll make sure I get you linked up with who you need to talk to. Also, you can check out the Miss Gay Pennsylvania America.com website, where you'll have our what to do's, our promoters, the different events, as well as, don't forget, we have our merch page now that we have our fabulous t-shirts. All right, everyone, thank you so much for coming in with me tonight and joining this fabulous live event. I can't wait to see everyone again. And I just hope you have a safe and healthy, happy evening. I'll see y'all soon. Thank you so much.